כי בשרירות ליבי אליך למען בות הרבה את עצמי סלוח לו, כי אז ישן אף אדוני וקנאתו באיש ההוא ורבצה בו כל העלה הכתובה בספר הזה, ומחה אדוני את שמו מתחת השמיים.
יישר כוח.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. With Torah in our midst, we'll take an opportunity to say a Misha Berach prayer of healing. I invite you to share the names of anyone that you're praying for this morning.
Rabbi Andrea Weiss.
Larry Bowen, Daniel Polito, Matthew Myers,
Bruce Wasserman, Deborah Froelich.
Chaim ben Ephraim Gilad.
Elaine Romine, Jay Madison.
Sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We'll rise as we put our Torah away.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Eitz chaim hi l'machazikim ba v'tomecheha Meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva. Chadish, Chadish Yameinu, Chadish Yameinu, Kekedem.
Be seated. I want to, before anything, I want to acknowledge Frank because we're in the High Holy Days season, and because of that, we have to do Torah readings all over the Torah. We have to do the Akedah and Rosh Hashanah. We have to go all the way to Deuteronomy for Yom Kippur, and it requires a lot of Torah rolling. And so I just want to acknowledge you, Frank. Without, it can be a thankless job to roll that Torah, but it is so important, and I want to thank you here.
Mm-hmm.
So our Torah portion this morning is Parshat Nitzavim, and it's this really bold restatement of the covenant, and it begins with the words Atem Nitzavim. Today you stand here in front of God as you enter into this covenant. It's we entered the covenant at Mount Sinai, but we restate the covenant here one last time before Moses is about to depart. And the opening line of this Torah portion is so important. It says, Atem netzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem. You stand here today, this day, all of you, before Adonai your God. Roshechem, Shivtechem, Ziknechem, Veshotrechem, Kol Ish Yisrael, Tapchem, Nishechem, Vegercha Asher, Bekerev Machanecha, Mechotev Etzecha, Ad Shoev Memecha. Your chieftains, your rulers, your elderly, your judges, all the people of Israel, your babies, your women, the stranger that resides in your midst. And here's the key line. The choppers of your wood and the drawers of your water. Mechotev etzecha ad shoev memecha. The choppers of your wood and the drawers of your water. Kind of an interesting piece to that list. Your wood choppers and your water drawers. Why is it them that is included in this list? Now, Nitzavim here gives us a vision of profound unity within the camp. Every member is included in this covenant. Every person, whether they're baby, whether they're man, whether they're women, everyone. And so it is a moment that shows that all of us together are part of this. And indeed, it is reminiscent of that moment from Exodus when they have been released from slavery to Pharaoh. And the Torah tells us that the people who marched out of Egypt were a mixed multitude. It wasn't just the Jews, but there were some Egyptians that came along with us and thus became a part of us. It is a moment of profound inclusivity. Now, going back to the water drawers and the wood choppers, that phrase appears elsewhere in the Tanakh. It appears in the book of Joshua. Now, Joshua, you may know, is the story of the people entering the land of Israel and conquering it and taking possession of it. And it begins with the dramatic defeat of the city of Jericho, that walled city that seemed impregnable, and yet the people marched around it for 7 days, and on the seventh day the walls fell. The people then destroy the people of Ai, and from these moments of conquest, the people in the land were terrified. They were scared. And there was one tribe in particular, the Gibeonites. The Gibeonites, who were so terrified that they went up to Joshua and they essentially surrendered. They said, "We don't want to do battle with you. Please accept us in your midst." And so the Gibeonites essentially attain a protected minority status among the people. But Joshua condemns them. He says that although they will not be militarily conquered and destroyed, they will always be slaves among our people. They will be condemned to be drawers of water and choppers of wood. All of a sudden, that status of being a wood chopper and a water drawer is something that is looked down upon. It is a marker that you are an outsider and you're not fully part of us. All of a sudden, the vision of unity and inclusivity in Nitzavim is tainted by Joshua. Now, wood choppers and water drawers, what can we say about them? clearly, these tasks are associated with menial labor, manual labor. Wood choppers were often the men, the water drawers were often the women. These were people that were often looked down upon. And I say this because we today live in a society that so often looks down upon people who do manual labor. We are also living in a time of xenophobia and anti-immigrant positions that our government has been taking. And one of the manifestations of that is that the people seeking to enforce immigration rules and have been going after people who they believe are here undocumented have been doing so at locations where people do manual labor. And this is a very disappointing feature of what's going on right now. Manual labor is not a sign of shame. It is not a sign of people being outsiders in our community. There's dignity in labor. Dignity that we need to celebrate as a society. We Jews have often been supporters of the labor movement. In the late 19th century, we were the people who were on those picket lines. We were the people who were calling for the 5-day work week, the 40-hour work week, the 8-hour work day, the people calling for limits on child labor, the people calling on factory barons to put any modicum of safety and dignity in place so that people would not get injured, so that people would not get harmed. We were the people who fought for dignity, for better wages, for the ability to unionize. Because we know that we cannot view manual labor as a sign of lower class, as a sign of people who can be treated as disposable, as a sign of people that we can look down on. Because we know that they are us. And so as we read Nitzavim, let's take that message to heart. You stand here today, all of you, before Adonai your God, your leaders, your chieftains, your elderly, all the people of Israel, your babies, your women, the stranger that resides amidst your camp, your wood choppers, and your water drawers. They are us. We are them. Let's remember that message of unity. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We'll conclude our service with Aleinu on page 282 and rise together.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer breshit, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא זמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
You can be seated. We'll engage in the act of sacred memory as we come to our Kaddish. If you're in the first 7 days of mourning, I invite you to rise and share the name of your loved one with the community. If you're in Shloshim, the first 30 days. Shana Rishonah, the first year.
Anita Lawson.
Yoga Posney.
Ruth Weiss.
Stanley David Steinheisen.
Joanne Christia.
And if this Shabbat marks the yard site.
Mildred Hankton.
Bonnie Jacobson. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be a blessing. Our Kaddish is on page 294, and if it is your custom to rise, I invite you to do so. We say, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon v'chayei techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'amei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudusha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace in the high heavens bring peace to us and comfort all of us who mourn, as together we say.
Amen.
We'll turn to page 300 as we do our Kiddush. And Team Awesome and Alum, will you help pass out the wine, grape juice, and challah, please? V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam, berit olam, beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ubayom hashvi Shabbat Shabbat vayinafas Shabbat Shabbat vayinafas Shabbat Shabbat vayinafas. Oh, Cain Berach Adonai Shema Shabbat vayikadshehu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. We're going to close with Lishana Tova. Lishana Tova tikatevu. Lishana Tova tikatevu. A good year, a sweet new year, we wish to you. One more time. Lishana Tova tikatevu. Lishana Tova tikatevu. A good year, a sweet new year, we wish to you. Shabbat Shalom. 5785 in the books.
Oh, in a couple days.
Almost. Close enough for government work.
Thank you for the acknowledgement.
Of course.
It's a new talit.
It is. Do you like it?
It's beautiful.
Next, tomorrow we still have the after school, right?
No.
No, we do not.
Oh, we don't.
It's the following week.
Sermon, I like your sermon. You could transcribe it and use it for young people.
Thank you. Hi, Marty.